This is Senator Ron Young. We're doing our twice monthly Facebook town hall. If you are watching and have any questions, please send them in. We will also post this on Facebook every 2 weeks when we do it, so that if at any time you can't participate during the town hall, you can watch it later. We finished our first week and a half of the legislative session. The first two big items that we did, we had the vote on the override of the sick leave bill that the governor vetoed. I voted to override the veto. We were pleased that after we did it, Mason-Dixon did a poll that shows that 74% of Marylanders support that everyone should have some days of sick leave. Basically, the bill says that you get 1 hour for every 30 hours you work, and you are guaranteed at least 5 days a year. It is also capped at 5 unless the employer tries to or wants to do more. So, required 29 votes to override, and I believe we had 31 votes for that bill. We also overrode what was known as ban the box. That was a bill that says in your initial interview or application for attending college, they cannot question if you have a criminal record. This is so that someone who has turned around themselves, is working hard and has good grades, at least gets consideration. After the first interview, they can ask those questions, and it can be used to turn you down for entrance if they feel it would be unsafe for you to have on campus, or if you were charged with some crime or had been convicted of a crime that caused bodily harm to someone or whatever, they could allow you to take classes but prohibit you from staying on the dormitories. But all the bill did, it doesn't put criminals on campus. It just says in the initial interview, they have to meet you and look at your grades and take you from there. The Education, Health, and Environmental Affairs Committee, which I serve on, started meeting last week. Most of the bills we've heard have been routine cleanup bills, minor changes to how different departments operate, things like that. Though they did have a hearing on SB 44, which is school bus maintenance bill, which I put in, which had some opposition, surprisingly to me. All it says is that both private and public buses should be inspected in a similar way. And so, total purpose is to ensure that our kids are safe on the school bus, whether it's operated privately or publicly. But the public systems objected to it. We had our first Frederick County delegation meeting. We passed the Frederick County alcohol bills. One allows someone to get a liquor license with 28 seats rather than 50. Another takes away a very stringent requirement on how much you have to spend to open a banquet hall. Another allows small cheese shops to be able to serve 5 ounces of wine as a part of the tasting with cheese. And the fourth one we passed allows college campuses to have beer and wine licenses for special events at their auditoriums or gymnasiums or wherever. We also passed the ethics bill. Last year it was controversial. We had 2 different bills. The sponsors of those bills got together this summer, worked out the differences, and we passed that bill. This coming week, I have hearings on 3 of my bills. I have one in for small and independent film companies, tax credits. We have a burgeoning film industry in Maryland. Frederick has quite a few filmmakers. Baltimore City has some, and there are others around the state. And we don't give any breaks to those. We've been giving gigantic tax breaks to Hollywood